How we doing, Riverside students? All right. I hope you're having a great night, but it's about to get a lot better because we're going to play an amazing game. Who loves games?
Woo!
All right. Now, find a partner, and Caleb and Austin are going to go and pick pairs, and you're going to come up, play a great game. I'll tell you about it in a sec, but if you're willing, it's going to be great. So raise your hands if you want to come on up and play a game. You will win tokens for free cafe. And who doesn't love free food?
Come on, guys. We need partners.
Find a partner.
Come on, guys. I'm just going to start picking people.
All right. Anyone else want to come on up and play?
I'm going to start picking people.
The game...
Lexi, come on.
All right.
Rowan, go up there. Come on. It's a guessing game.
All right. It's good? All right. We're good. All right. Now, who's excited to play a game? All right. So, in the audience, you can find a partner. Just play along. So, basically, the game, you're going to be with your partner, and there's going to be a category on the screen. And on the count of 3, you both have to say what comes to mind first for what the category is. And if it matches, you get a free item from the cafe. So
we're doing this one at a time.
Yeah. You guys want to hold the mics?
Okay.
So
you guys can come up here.
Right. Caleb, do you want to hold the mic? All right. The first category is Italian food. 3, 2, 1.
Breadstick.
Nope.
Nope.
All right, you guys can go back down.
Next up. All right, a holiday. 3, 2, 1.
Christmas.
There we go.
Who are we going to?
And you can find Jen later tonight, and she'll get you guys the tokens. All right, next up. A type of nut.
What?
3, 2, 1.
Peanut.
Nope.
All right.
Daniel, come over here. Somebody. All right, you guys ready?
All right, next up is the word that rhymes with junk.
Apple slices.
3, 2, 1.
Apple slices. Hold on.
Hold
What
on.
the heck? You guys gotta wait on the count of 3.
Try again.
All right, we're gonna try this again.
All right, a word that rhymes with junk, not apple slices. 3, 2, 1.
Trunk.
Funk.
What'd you say?
I said trunk.
What did you say? Nope.
Oh, nope.
We got losers.
Next up. A soda.
Mountain
Or a
Dew.
pop if you're Minnesotan. 3, 2, 1.
Mountain Dew.
Yep, we got winners.
All right, you got it right.
Jordy, you guys ready?
Next
Come
up.
on, guys.
All right, dog breed. 3, 2, 1.
Golden. No. You failed. No. All right.
All right.
You guys are
Good
out of
try.
here. Right.
Next up, a Disney princess.
Wait.
3, 2, 1.
Cinderella. You guys ready?
All right, a sport. 3, 2, 1.
Football.
Woo!
There
we got
we
another
go.
winner.
We got one. All right. Well, next up, we're going to have some amazing announcements. Who loves announcements?
I love announcements. Come on, guys.
Yeah. All right. First up, we have our next series called Alongside. It's going to be a blast. It's about friendships and how you can be a great friend, how you can make friends. It's just going to be amazing. I want to see you all there for this great series. And at the end of the message tonight, there's going to be a response card. I encourage you guys to fill that out. And yeah, next up, we have Austin.
All right, who out there is all going to Life? Woo! All right, how about if you're not going to Life? That's all right. We have a Pizza Ranch fundraiser coming up this Monday, March 7th and March 28th. You guys can raise money to go to Life, because I know I still got to raise money. And you guys, if you're not going, you can also come and help out raise money for others. It'll be a great time. We're out there bussing tables, cleaning tables, and hanging out with friends and enjoying it. So be there or be square.
All right. And next up, we have Caleb.
So on the 23rd, Crown College is going to come over just like Northwestern did, and we're going to have worship with them, and they're going to help us with the message, and it's going to be really fun, and we're going to have a great time.
Woo!
Yes. All right, it's like Northwestern, but better. All right,
Cool.
and next up, we have the Box of Fun. If your birthday's in March, come on up. Line up by Caleb or Austin.
Yeah, if it's your birthday month in March, come on up. Students and leaders alike. If you're in the other room, come on forward.
Can we get a few people to come over to this side too?
All right, and you would just tell us your left hand or right hand, or my left hand or right hand.
Hey, Josh, what's your name?
Joshua. Left.
You get chocolate pudding peeps. Here you go, congratulations.
Zoe. Right.
Right, Zoe, you get cotton candy soda pop. There you go, congratulations.
Hi, Jordy, what's your name?
Jordy.
Left or right?
Right.
Right.
You get a scalp scratcher. Here you go, congratulations.
Sweet.
Okay, what's your name?
Karen.
And left or right?
What was it?
Left.
Left. You get scorchin' wavy sweetened barbecue Pringles. I feel like that was a commercial. All right. Okay, let's do it.
What's your name?
Sam.
Left or right?
Right.
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 You get an inflatable, like, cool beatbox thing. Congratulations.
Hey, Caden, what's your name?
Caden.
And left or right?
Right.
Oh, sorry, right. You get a couple things of pudding. Here you go. Congratulations.
What's your name?
Mason.
Left or right?
Right.
Wait, I wasn't ready. Okay, you get 2 fanny packs. Here you go. 3 fanny packs. 3 fanny packs. Here you go. Congratulations.
Hi, Miss Shannon, what's your name?
Shannon.
And left or right?
Left.
You get Lucky Charms oatmeal. Here you go. A whole box.
Name?
It's partially opened.
Left or right?
Left.
Left. You get strawberry chocolate peeps. Here you go. Strawberry chocolate peeps.
Name? Pruitt. All right. Left or right?
Left.
Left.
Left. You get a cookbook, a Disney cookbook.
Sweet.
Whoa.
Name?
Nora.
Left or right?
Right.
Right. You get a Bob Ross paintable marshmallow. Here you go.
All right. Name?
Elise.
Left or right?
Right.
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 You get 3 cans of Crazy String.
Oh, Lord.
Not to be used indoors. Yes. Wonderful. Is that everybody? Anybody else March birthdays? Woo! Let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Way to go if you sang off key. Well done. Hey, we're going to have a great night. I would encourage you guys to stand up and meet somebody while we get ready to sing.
Welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here today. Will you stand up and worship with us?
Guys, come on my soul, oh don't you get shy on me, lift up your song, 'cause you got a lion
next song, God reminds us that He's with us through everything. This reminds me of a verse from Isaiah. When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned. The flames will not consume you. Isaiah 43:2.
There's a grace when the heart is under fire. Another way when the walls are closing in. When I look at the space between where I used to be and this reckoning, I know I will never be alone. There was another in the fire, standing next to me. There was another in the waters, holding back the seas. Should I ever need reminding how I've been set free? There is a cross that bears the burden, where another died for me. There is another in the fire. All my dead left would never need the waters. I'm no longer a slave to my sin anymore. And should I fall in the space between what remains of me and this reckoning, either way I won't bow to the things of this world. I know I will never be alone. There is another in the fire, standing next to me. There is another in the waters, holding back the seas. Should I ever need reminding, power set me free. There is a grave that holds no body. Now the power lives in me. There was another in the fire. Oh, there is another in the fire. Oh, I can see the light in the darkness as the darkness bows to Him. And I can hear the roar in the heavens as the space between wears in. And I can feel the ground shake beneath us as the prison walls cave in. Nothing stands between us. Nothing stands between us. All right, guys, sing it out. There is no other name. There is no other name but the name that is Jesus. He who was and still is and will be through it all. So come one day in the space between all the things unseen and this reckoning, I know I will never be alone. And I know reminding how good you've been to me. I'll count the joy come every battle, 'cause I know that's where you'll be. I'll count the joy come every battle, 'cause I know that's where you'll be.
Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for this time that we get to spend all together as a church. Lord, I pray that this moment doesn't go away, that we continue to live out this moment of worship, and that we're able to carry it into our lives, even when we're not singing. Just in the little moments, God, I pray that we're able to touch people's lives and show your light. I pray that we're all able to take in Tony's message tonight, and that we're able to apply it to our lives and be able to walk away with more knowledge instead of just forgetting everything that we learned. In your name, amen.
Thank you, band. Thank you, tech team. All right, well, we're going to do a little game here, and I'm going to need representation from all of the grades. So let's welcome our 6th and 7th grade students. Come on in the room. Come on in the room as you guys are coming on in. I will explain what I'm looking for. I'm looking for one small group leader per grade. So if your grade has like 4 small group leaders, I just need one of them. So whoever those small group leaders are going to be, stand so I can notice you. Whoever those small group leaders are going to be, stand. And then small group leaders, I need you to select 2 students to join you up here on stage. There is a prize involved. There is a prize involved. All right. Beautiful. All right. So do we have small group leaders and students from every grade? If so, come on up. Come on up. Stand in front of me. Let's do this. You guys stand a big long line in front of me. A big long line in front of me. In front of me. In front of me. And can somebody grab me a red chair? I don't want to stand on this movable one. Somebody grab me a red chair, please.
Smarter's got it.
All right. This is beautiful. This is great representation. Thank you. Right here. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Stand in the middle.
All right, wonderful. Check, 1, 2. Perfect. Okay, this is the microphone. These are the contestants. These are the contestants, okay? Now, contestants, granted some of you are just closer to me than others, but it doesn't matter because you have to have the right answer for what I'm going to do. We're going to play a little game called Famous Friends. Famous Friends, okay? The way the game works is real simple. We're going to show you a couple of famous friends. They could be real famous friends. They could be from cartoons, from TV shows, from movies. Now, what's going to happen is I will read you a clue. We don't put it up yet. I'm going to read you a clue. And then if you think you know the correct answer based on that clue, you lock in. Whoever gets me their answer in here locks in at 1,000 points if it's the first clue. If you're like, I don't know if I want to risk it, because you could lose 1,000 points too if you're wrong. If you're like, I don't want to risk it, then you might want to wait until you get to the next tier. The next tier has less points, which is 800 points. And then same with tier number 3, that's 500 points, okay? So if either the adults or the students think they have the answer, whoever says it here first on this microphone gets it, okay? Gets it. And then you lock in. So just make sure your team's comfortable with your answer. If you're just a quick answerer, that's fine. You can move around on the stage if you guys want to be more closer together. I had you spread out initially, but there's a lot of you. So, all right. So here's the only thing I ask of you, is everybody must face that way until I read the question. Until I read the question, and then you can turn around. All right, here we go. The first clue. These 2 friends have very opposite personalities, but have been roommates on TV since 1969. Doesn't help. If you know what it is and you want to lock in, you're going to lock it in?
Yes.
Okay.
The odd couple.
Okay, Peter's locking in as the odd couple. So tier number 1 is done. Let's go to the next clue. Here's the next clue. One has a tall yellow head. One has a tall yellow head. You want to, okay.
Big Bird and Snuffleupagus.
He's saying Big Bird and Snuffleupagus. Okay, we have to go to the next clue. Number 3. The next one is, the other one is orange and really likes his rubber ducky.
Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie has been locked in. The correct answer is Bert and Ernie. 500 points to Haley's team. Everybody else loses. If you were locked in, minus 1,000 for Peter and minus 800 for whoever else said the other one. Keep. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, it's good. All right, everybody face forward. Here we go. This guitar player and singing diva teamed up on a famous love song. This guitar player and singing diva teamed up on a famous love song. Anybody want to lock in on this first one?
Sonny and Cher.
He's saying Sonny and Cher. You've locked in and you're risking 1,000 points. Okay. Anybody else? All right. Here we go. The next one. He is quite the redhead. He is quite the redhead. Redhead, like as in red hair. Anybody locking in on the second one? If not, we're going to 3. We're going to 3. She got her start in the all-girls group Destiny's Child before going solo. She got her start in the all-girls, yes.
Ed Sheeran and Beyonce.
Yes, okay, Ed Sheeran and Beyonce. You have won 500 points, and whoever guessed 1,000, you're out. Okay, that's great. All righty, here's the next one. This Disney pet owner and pet, a Disney pet owner and pet are big fans of art. This Disney pet owner and pet are big fans of art.
Tangled?
You gotta tell me characters.
Tangled. Or, who is... I don't know her name.
You could collaborate with your team. So far, there's no answer. Yes?
Rapunzel.
And? No?
Rapunzel and Pascal.
Rapunzel and Pascal has been locked in at 1. Let's go to the second one. She's musical, lonely, and has a dream. She's musical, lonely, and has a dream.
Rapunzel and Pastel.
Okay, and then here's the third one. The pet has quite the colorful personality and isn't afraid to show it.
Rapunzel.
And?
Pascal.
Yes, okay. The correct answer is Rapunzel and Pascal. So whatever you earned, you're on the board. Okay, there we go. All right, here's the next one. Most people got to know these two ladies as friends when they were both on Saturday Night Live.
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
That is your answer. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. One is blonde in the voice of Joy in Inside Out.
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
Okay. And then the other one has dark hair and is also known for her witty writing.
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
Okay. The correct answer is Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Congratulations. All right. I'm not keeping track of points. Hopefully you are. All right, here we go. Clue number 1. Both of these friends enjoyed busting out into song in 1930s England. For 1,000 points, we're moving on to clue number 2. What, we're going to, yeah.
Mary Poppins.
And? Okay, all right. It's not locked in. We're going to clue number 2. He holds down many jobs.
Mary Poppins and Dick Van Dyke.
What's the character's name?
Mary Poppins and Bert.
Mary Poppins and Bert has been locked in. And the third clue is she's a sort of short-term nanny whose handbag is bigger on the inside.
Mary Poppins and Bert.
Okay. Mary Poppins and Bert has been locked in. The correct answer, Mary Poppins and Bert. Step in time. Step in time. Step in time. All right. Here we go. Next one. Clue number 1. Buddies from Boston. This pair got into acting and more at an early age.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Wow. That was some hockey right there. Okay, we've locked in on Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. One of them played a superhero who was sensitive about his mother's name.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Okay, that's good. And the other played a forgetful CIA special agent born into a new identity.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Okay, the correct answer is Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Correct. That is correct. Wow, okay. All I'm going to tell you is on this next one. Think carefully. Here we go. Some friendships have a history. This one began a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Okay, I heard Han Solo and Chewbacca at 1,000. Here's the next clue. Here's the next clue. One is noticeably taller if compared to the other.
Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Okay. It's okay. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. Turn around. Turn around. Everybody turn around. Turn around.
I got a different one.
Like, hang on. No, it's already been locked in. It's already been locked in. Okay. The last clue for 500. The other isn't a scoundrel like his friend, but a farm boy turned hero.
Luke Skywalker and Han Solo.
Okay. The correct answer is Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. There's a little fake out there. Did you like that one? All right. So you lost or you gained on that one. I'm not sure. All right, here we go. Okay, everybody facing forward. Everybody facing forward. Growing up as royal siblings didn't guarantee these two would be friends, but they both warmed up to the idea. Growing up as royal siblings.
Anna and Elsa.
Okay, we've locked in Anna and Elsa at 1,000. For the next tier, one insists that some things will never change between them.
Anna and Elsa.
All right. And then the other one says, one will journey into the unknown as she feels her power grow. So I don't know who got that. What's that? Rock, paper, scissors. All right, you got it. Okay, correct answer is Anna and Elsa. Anna and Elsa. All right, we got a couple more here. We got a couple more. Equal space. Here we go. These two started out as enemies in the greater tri-state area.
Harry and Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Perry and Dr. Doofenshmirtz have been locked in. One sort of mumbles from his throat, but wears a stylish hat.
Perry Pond, President Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Okay. And the other has a passion for innators and tells backstories. All right, rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. All right, the correct answer is Perry and Dr. Doofenshmirtz. They did, in fact, become friends. All right, couple more. Here we go. Both of these friends had the same teacher, a class of about 12 or so.
Sean and Hunter from Boy Meets World.
That's an interesting question. Okay, we've locked in Boy Meets World. The younger one could outrun the other, say, to a tomb. I don't know. The older one was a fisherman and became a rock in the early church.
Peter and Paul.
Peter and Paul has been locked in. The correct answer is John and Peter. John and Peter. All right. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, John goes out of his way to make sure everybody knows that he's faster than Peter. Okay. All right, here's the tiebreaker. I'm just going to say that all of these are worth twice as many points. So 1,000 is worth 2,000, 800 is worth 1,600, and the last one is worth 1,000. Here we go.
Yeah, discuss.
Ready? Ready? They come from different sides of the tracks, yet these two bond and create a secret handshake that neither grows tired of.
Mater and Lightning McQueen.
He's locked in Mater and Lightning McQueen. Okay. Here's the next one. There's no rust in the friendship, but there usually is on one of them. All right, you guys face off. Rock, paper, scissors. All right, okay. Ka-chow, the Piston Cup may be the big race, but don't forget tractor tipping.
Mater and Lightyear McQueen.
The correct answer is Mater and Lightning McQueen. You guys are so good. All right, I don't know who has the most points. You got to tell me. So leaders, what do you got? All right, I'll tell you what, here. All the students sit down for a second. Leaders, tell me your points. So, what'd you get? 1,000? 5,000. What? 5,000? What'd you get? 0? What'd you get?
Negative 500. I got 0.
Okay. Negative 4,500. 4,500? 1,000? 2,000? What'd you get? 800? 0. Okay, so we have a face-off. Between you two. How are you on the same team? We're 9th grade. It was like 9th grade guys, 9th grade girls.
I was going to say. So they got to split the points.
Okay.
I had more than him then.
Okay. All right. So, is that for? Wait. So you have more points?
I have more points.
Okay. Haley's group wins. You're saying. What did they win? Well, in about a half hour, Domino's is going to come with some breadsticks, cheese sticks, and some chicken poppers, and that goes to you. So, congratulations. Thank you, everybody, for playing. You may now leave the stage. Yeah, thank you. Did anybody know all of those? I was hoping to stump a couple of you, so all right. My favorite is the Star Wars one because everybody thinks one or the other, so. All right. Now, I have a question for like 2 or 3 of you. I have a question for 2 or 3 of you here on the microphone. If you're willing to share, if you're willing to come up and share, the question is this. Who is a friend of yours who has changed you for the better in some way? Who is a friend of yours who has changed you for the better in some way? Somebody willing to come up, 2 or 3 of you, willing to come up and share? Who is a friend of yours that has changed you for the better in some way?
Abigail Bolin.
Yes, oh, hang on, and why?
She has helped me grow closer to God.
Awesome, that's great, I love it, awesome, yay! All right, somebody else, who is a friend who has changed you for the better in some way? Yes.
Savannah Potter, because she helped me grow closer to God.
Awesome, yay, Savannah, very cool. Anybody else? Yes.
One answer is Jesus, but then the other one is my brother Joshua, because he helped me learn about Jesus.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, come on up, couple more. Yes.
Jocelyn, because she helped me grow closer to God.
Okay, cool, and?
Ellie Johnson, she's made me a kinder person.
Oh, wow, great. Okay, yes.
Jesus and my smoke leader Ben.
Oh, fun. Okay, there's like a lot of you. Ready? Okay, let's do it.
Abby, she taught me what a true friend is.
Fun, and? Okay, Brady.
My friend Ellie Halava, she always helps me when I'm going through a really tough time.
Awesome. Let's listen. Let's just nobody else besides you and you and you. Okay, yes.
Julia, she's made me a better person.
Julia. Okay, yes.
Danny Everswick, because she's helped me deal with my problems in a healthy way.
Awesome.
Macy Axelberg, because she's helped me with all my problems and get closer with God.
Fun. Okay, yes.
Daniel Miles, because he's always positive.
Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah.
Hey, yo, my homeboy Jordy, because he made me stop saying bad words.
It's good. Yes.
Elise, because she encourages my quirky side.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. The entourage was too loud. Let's try it one more time.
Elise, I can't talk. Elise, because she encourages my quirky side.
Fun. Okay, yes.
Addison Bensberg, because she made me a better person.
Awesome. And?
My buddy Kyler, because he's been with me ever since the beginning.
Oh, that's awesome. Wonderful. Those are all good. All right, guys. Well, listen, as you probably have picked up on so far, we are spending the month on a friendship series. We're calling it Alongside. And just like every study we've done for the last several months, it's really kind of like a compound word. We started out with breakthrough. You guys remember that at fall kickoff, breakthrough, and that's really been our theme. We want you to have a breakthrough in all of these areas. And so we're kind of using this phrase alongside because a lot of us know what it's like to have friends, but not everybody has been taught how to be a friend. And when somebody actually takes the time to be a friend, we definitely feel the difference. So I'm going to ask you guys tonight to, not just for the sake of those around you, but also for those that are in your life, just take some good notes tonight. I gave you a few things you can write down if you want to. Certainly, I left you a big space on the side. You can take your own notes. But what I really want to help you to understand, kind of like what we talked about last week, is that you have an opportunity to grow in this area. A lot of our friendships, as you go through life, are going to feel like they're just on autopilot. You're friends with somebody, maybe you're not sure why, you liked, the same soda pop growing up. You started out with some goofy reason, and then as time goes on, you're just friends. But we don't often think, how can I actually be a friend to my friends? And so that's kind of what we're doing throughout these weeks. Now, last week, I just briefly, as you guys were leaving, I just asked this question. I said, hey, if you were to finish this sentence, I have a friend who, how would you finish it? And what we heard, a lot of different responses, by the way. We heard from a handful of you on the topic we're going to be talking about tonight, which is just simply this. I have a friend who needs Jesus. And the whole concept here is, what do I do if they need Jesus? Somebody said, I have a friend who needs Jesus, and they don't think they need Jesus. That was kind of on one hand. And then the other was, I have a friend who needs Jesus, and I don't know how to start. I don't know where to start. And so I want to give you a little throwback to last week. If you were here last week, you might remember this. We talked about family. And we talked about how one of the simplest things to say to your family, especially your mom or dad, is, Dad, Mom, I love you. Okay? It's such a simple thing to say, to look at mom or dad and to say, Dad, Mom, I love you. Now, as easy as that is, why does it get so complicated to say? We come home and we've had a long day and we know that we love our mom and dad and they know we love them and let's just get it out of the way. Yes, I don't want to say it. It just feels weird to say it. But when you say it, it makes the moment go from ordinary and natural to aw. So I don't know if in the last 7 days you've actually taken this challenge and gone up to your dad and said, Dad, I love you. Gone up to your mom and said, Mom, I love you. Gone up to your little brother, your little sister, older brother or sister and say, hey, I love you. And they're like, shut up. I don't know if that's happened, but here's what I want to point out to you. We all know that this is powerful. We all know that when somebody tells us that they love us, that it actually kind of feels good. And yet, we don't always say that to other people. It's a super easy thing that we make complicated, okay? Sharing your faith is a super easy thing that we make complicated. It's the same thing. And I'm going to explain to you why here in a moment. Because as we talk about what it means to go on this journey, when it comes to helping our friends know Jesus, we are absolutely prepared to do it right now. When it comes to helping our friends know Jesus, we are absolutely prepared to do it right now. That is, if we've genuinely met Jesus ourselves. Here's what I mean by this. Earlier when I asked you, not even 5 minutes ago, I said, hey, how many of you have a friend who's changed your life in some way, who's made your life better? The line just started forming. It was that easy. It was that easy. You're like, well, so-and-so because of this and so-and-so because of this. It's just that easy. Talking to your friends about Jesus is just that easy, but we make it feel more complicated than it actually is. If I were to ask you all, what's the best football team that has ever existed in the entire state of football since its inception? If I were to ask you that question, what is the best football team ever? Shout it out. I'll wait until you get it right. Just shout it out. Oh, the Chicago Bears. I agree with you. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So, we're not afraid to say that, right? We're not afraid to say my favorite team is. If I were to say to you, who's got the best tacos in town, right? You would be like, oh, it's easily. How many of you say Taco Bell? How many say Taco Bell? How many say Taco John's? How many of you named a restaurant, a real restaurant? Yeah, okay, all right. If I were to say to you, What's the best store in the Mall of America? You would say? Legoland. Who said Legoland? Jordy, did you just say Legoland? Jordy, come here. Jordy, come here. Hang on. When I said, what's the best store in the Mall of America, and you said Legoland, you legitimately believe that Jordy, I got a prize for you. Here you go. That's yours. That's yours. Just take it. Just take it. It's just that easy. It really is. It's just that easy. Well, I said Legoland too. So, no, but look at what just happened right there. Look, you take a risk, you say something that you're passionate about, and sometimes it's an argument, and other times it's a payoff. Like, here's what I mean. It's just that easy. But we often talk ourselves out of even trying. Because we were like, I don't know how, I gotta get ready, I gotta be trained. I'm just gonna tell you a little secret. I'm gonna jump to the end right here. There is no training that you can go through that will absolutely perfectly fit you and prepare you for everything that you will ever encounter as you share your faith. There is none. I've been doing this a while, and I'm just telling you, I never feel prepared. I just know when I have tried to prepare. That's what matters. If I've tried to prepare, if I've told myself it's okay to put myself out there, it's okay to take risk, if I tell myself those things, that's how you prepare, and you prepare by following Jesus yourself. When I do those things, then it's okay that I'm not prepared because I'm trusting that I will do my part, God will do his part. So if you have a relationship with Jesus, if you've said your own personal yes to Jesus, and you're like, I could never, ever, ever share Jesus with others, well, let me just talk you out of that for a second. Whatever you think that looks like is only one version of sharing Jesus with people. There's a lot of ways to share Jesus with people. When we did the talent show, how many of you did something in the talent show, whether it was art or on stage or anything? Raise your hand if you were in the talent show. Yes. If you did art, great, thank you. By the way, we didn't like make applause for our artists. They did such a great job. Let's applaud our artists. They did such a great job. What I want to show you here from the Bible is there's a lot of ways to share Jesus with people. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to read tonight a lot of different, just quick verses from the life of Jesus when he was on earth. And I want to ask you, as we read, as we spend time, I want you to ask yourself a simple question. Just from this passage alone, like what I'm about to read you, just from this passage alone, who is Jesus? So, as I read this passage, just from this passage alone, who is Jesus? Okay, here we go. We're going to dive into John chapter 1. We're going to be in John 1 for a little bit if you brought your Bibles. John 1. The one, God, Jesus, who is the true light, who gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He came into the very world he created, but the world did not recognize him. So if we stop here, just from this part alone, who is Jesus? Okay, I want you to just, in that margin, write a word down. Who is Jesus? Write a word down. As you look at this, the one who is the true light, who gives light to everyone, who is coming in the world, he came to the very world he created, but the world didn't recognize him. Who is Jesus? Just from this alone. And I'm going to keep reading, and we'll do the same thing again here. But to all who believed him and accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God. They are reborn. It's a birth that comes from God. And again, if we just read this, who is Jesus? To all who believed him. Wow, there's something special here. And accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God. So the Word, talking about Jesus again, so the Word became human and he made his home among us. He was full of unfailing love and faithfulness. We have seen his glory, the glory of the Father's one and only Son. One last time, if we just study this passage alone, who is Jesus? Write it down, write something down. So the Word became human, made his home among us. He was full of unfailing love and faithfulness. We've seen his glory, the glory of the one, Father's one and only Son. Okay, now, just from this passage alone, who is Jesus? So I'm going to ask you, somebody willing, if you're just right where you're at, willing to stand nice and loud, just share one thing on your list. Yeah.
Glory.
He is glory. Okay, somebody else willing to share something you wrote down. Yep, in the back. Graceful. Great. What else?
Our Savior.
Our Savior. Thank you. Yep. Adopter and? Family. Yes, good answers. What else? He is? What's that? Fatherly. Great. These are all great answers. Okay, hang on to those thoughts. Hang on to those thoughts here. Because as we're kind of journeying forward here, I want to show you a few things. If you know who Jesus is, you also know who he is not. If he is God, if he is graceful, if he is fatherly, if he's all these things, then you also know who he's not. He's not just a good teacher who lived a long time ago. He's not some religious legend. He's not some madman who ran around and created a weird religion. He's not those things. If you know who he is, you also know who he's not. This is very important because these are things that a lot of people say that Jesus is or was. And yet history, even outside of the Bible, has proven that something happened with this Jesus guy that nobody could stop talking about. Literally in sources outside of the Bible, it says that he had followers that had seen him appear and he died and he came back. These are things that archaeology and history talk about. So just know, again, if you know who Jesus is, you also know who he's not. Secondly, if you know who Jesus is, you realize how powerful he is. You realize how powerful he is. I believe that a few of you especially need to pay attention to this thought. I know I do. Maybe you're one of them. Stuff happens. Life happens. It is a good day, and then suddenly it is absolutely a horrible day. And you can't always know why. And if you know who Jesus is, you know that if you have a relationship with him, you're not alone, and you have the power that you need to bust through whatever's in front of you. I want you to hang on to this thought. I want to tell you a quick story. There's a bear that has been terrorizing California homes called Hank the Tank. Hank the Tank. He's 500 pounds. Most bears are 300 pounds at max. He's 500 pounds. He's 500 pounds, Hank the Tank. If your name's Hank, I apologize, but this is what the bear is called. So, here's what's interesting about Hank the Tank. Hank the Tank has been attacking a Lake Tahoe, California area gated community. In other words, this is a community that has steel gates around it. And Hank the Tank looks at he walks up to the gate and he just keeps walking. They've seen, he just busts through garage doors. Like it's paper. He just walks through it. And here's why. The bear's hungry for pizza. Somehow he got the Jones in for pizza a long time ago, and anytime he smells pizza or human food with a good odor, he just slowly comes in and he grabs it. He ignores all the people. He just eats the pizza. And this has been going on for a year. So much so that a couple weeks ago, Hank the Tank got put on a watch list. Like the California wildlife is we're going to take out Hank the Tank. They're going to take him out. And I'm not even making this next part up. I'm not even making it up. DNA evidence saved Hank the Tank from getting killed. Because apparently Hank the Tank got into such a rhythm with it that 2 other bears started joining him. So it's like Hanks the Tanks. I don't know how it works, but there's a bunch of them now. And they're all just busting into houses in California. People are putting up alarms, they're bolting their doors, and they're like, nah, pizza. They're just coming after pizza. You can look this story up. I wish I was making it up. Actually, I don't. It's a really cool story. But here's what I'm going to point out to you, is that when Hank the Tank gets together with his friends, they're kind of unstoppable. Okay? Pretty cool. Now, Hank the Tank and Hank the Tank's friends. Here we go. When Jesus who is way more powerful than Hank the Tank. When Jesus gets together with his friends, they're kind of unstoppable. And that's you, if you have a relationship with Jesus. Now, granted, Jesus isn't going after the pizza around you. I'm just going to be very clear about this. But what he is trying to do is he's trying to pull out anything in your life that's going to steal you away from the life he wants to give you. Anything that's going to kill you and it's going to look good, but it's poison for you in some way. It's sin. Anything that's going to destroy you. And if you'll grab hold of his hand, he won't let go of yours. That's what's really cool about Jesus. So Hank the Tank is kind of a cool story, but the Jesus story is actually kind of cool too. Because if you know who Jesus is, you also have an example to follow. If Jesus comes after you with an unstoppable passion and you are following Jesus, now you get to join him in there being no barriers to reach the people around you. And that's what's really amazing about all of this. In fact, I just want to pause and ask a really simple question. Do you know who Jesus is? Do you know who he is personally? Like, have you said your own personal, yes to him? Do you know who Jesus is transformationally? Have you said yes to Jesus once and you've continued to say, and please continue to lead me and please continue to grow me? Have you said yes to Jesus collectively? Here's what I mean by this. Have you understood that you are a part of the church? You're a part of the church. Have you ever stepped into that? And if you haven't, yes, you're here and you're attending, but what I mean is, have you stepped into what it means to fully be on the team? You can put on a jersey and sit on the bench. You're technically on the team. Or you can get out there, and you can take a risk, and you can figure out what you're good at and make some real plays that move the kingdom forward. So I want to pause right now because a question like this needs to be answered. Have you said yes to Jesus personally? If you haven't, maybe right now, literally right now is the moment. Have you maybe moved past that and you've said yes to Jesus transformationally, where you just come to him and you say, I want to, but I will instead follow you? And have you said yes to Jesus and his church? Have you decided to join into what God is doing in an intentional way? I'm going to do something risky, which is in the middle of this message, when a lot of you are getting up and down, I'm going to ask you to just stop where you're at, and I'm going to ask you to just pause and pray with me. And would you do that right now, okay? Would you do that? If you've not said your own personal yes to Jesus, could you please do that? Because I want you to come to Jesus. But even more so than me, he wants you to come to Jesus. And if you want it too, don't hold back. If you're still thinking about it, that's up to you. But if you have yet to say your own personal, yes, I want a relationship with Jesus that's going to save me from my sin, I just invite you to say yes to him right now. Say, Jesus, yes, I want to begin a relationship with you. Thank you for dying on the cross for my sins. Thank you for being unstoppable and coming after me. I invite you in. And the next prayer is also important. And we can all pray this. And Jesus, continue to transform me. I don't want to just repeat my faith every year. Help me to take new steps with you. And then the last, and Jesus, help me to find my place in your church. My unique personality, my unique gifts that you've put into me. I pray in Jesus' name, amen. It's literally just that easy if it means something to you. And I want to just celebrate anybody who took a step right there. That was pretty amazing. All right, now, as we go forward, I want to read. Can I get a reader? Can somebody come up and read something here? If I put you on a microphone, I would love for you to read John chapter 1 up here. I'll open it up on the screen. Somebody moving forward? No? Yes? Coming up? Wonderful. Awesome. Blue microphone. Here you go. All right, we're going to put up John chapter 1, 35 through 51. Okay, so there's a few verses here. Go for it.
The next day, John the Baptist, who was here again with two of his disciples. The next day, John the Baptist was...
Yep, you got it. Was there again with two of his disciples when he saw.
When he saw Jesus passing by, he said, "Look, the Lamb of God."
Awesome. Keep going.
When the 2 disciples heard him say this, they followed Jesus. Turning around, Jesus saw them following and asked, "What do you want?"
Okay, keep going.
They said, "Rabbi," which means teacher, "where are you staying?" "Come," he replied, "and you will see."
Okay, keep going.
So they went and saw where he was staying, and they spent that day with him, the afternoon. 40 Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, was one of the 2. The first thing Andrew did was to find his brother Simon and tell him, "We have found the Messiah," that is the Christ, and he brought him to Jesus. Jesus looked at him and said, "You are Simon, son of John. You will be called Cephas," which means, when translated, is Peter. The next day, Jesus decided to leave for Galilee. Finding Philip, he said to him, "Follow me." Philip, like Andrew, was
From the town of Bethsaida.
Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bethsaida. Philip found Nathanael and told him, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law, and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." "Nazareth, can anything good come from there?" Nathanael asked. "Come and see," said Philip. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said of him, "Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." "How do you know me?" Nathanael asked.
Just 2 more slides. You got it. Keep going.
Jesus answered, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree before Philip called you." Then Nathanael declared, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Jesus said, "You believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. You will see greater things than that. Very truly I tell you, you will see heaven open, and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man."
Awesome. You did such a great job. Let's give it up. Well done. Thanks, Max. Well done, Max. It's just good to read the scriptures out loud. Listen, I want you to notice in everything we just read, it's a very long passage, but here's what happens. Basically, when somebody meets Jesus, they make sure that other people they knew could meet Jesus. In other words, so these 2 disciples are kind of following this guy named John the Baptist, and then John the Baptist is like, "Oh, there's the Messiah you've been waiting centuries for." And they go, "Okay," and they follow him. And then a couple of those are talking, and one of them says, "I got to tell my brother." And he goes and he tells his brother. And he's like, "Hey, guess what? Found a Messiah. We should probably follow him." And he goes, "Yeah, we probably should." And so they have their whole moment. And then this other guy goes, "Well, I know somebody. He needs to know Jesus." And he goes and he tells him. And the guy's like, "What? No way. Come on." Kind of like, he's from where? He's from Becker. He's from Big Lake. He's from Monticello. He's from Buffalo. No, nothing good comes out of that city. Like, that's kind of what he's like. He's like, "Nazareth? What could come out of Nazareth?" And he's like, no, come and see. And he's like, "All right." And he meets Jesus, and Jesus is like, "Yeah, I know who you are. I knew you before we even met." And he's like, wow. And he goes, "Yeah, you're amazed because I said that, but honestly, you're going to see even greater things." Whenever somebody met Jesus, they would go tell other people about Jesus. It's just what we do. At least it's what makes sense to do. If you had the cure for COVID, and you were keeping it in your bedroom, hidden in your desk or whatever, your little spot where you hide secret things under your bed, under your pillow, behind your lamp, whatever. If you had the cure for COVID, it would be silly. It would be weird. It would be like a disservice for you to hide it. We have the cure for everything. His name is Jesus. He can cure unforgiveness. He can cure divorce. He can cure a lot of things. Maybe situations can't be changed that have happened in the past, but he can stop the poison in you from going forward. He can give you a fresh start. He can give you something different in your life. When you feel like there's nothing, he is everything. He is the cure for everything. So, who made sure in your life that you met Jesus? Maybe tonight you're here as a visitor, and if so, very unique situation. If you just walked in completely by yourself, I'm going to guess for a lot of us, we were invited. Whether you were invited tonight, whether somebody invited you in the past. A lot of us grew up in the church, and mom and dad invited us. That counts just as much as anybody. Who in your life made sure that you at least got invited to hear about Jesus? Who is that for you? if you think about it. And then secondly, notice this. Anyone who brings you genuinely closer to Jesus is your friend because they're showing you the greatest thing possible. Again, just silly example. You know, we get super passionate about tacos and burgers and shakes. We're like, you got to try this food. It's so good. Oh, Caribou has this new drink. What is it? Well, it's got coffee in it, right? Okay, oh, brilliant, right? And then what else does it have? Well, like, 7,000 other things in it. Okay. Or like, I tried this smoothie. It's so good. Or whatever. Like your thing is, when you are excited about something, it just comes out of you. So the question is, are you a fan of what God is doing in your life? And if you are, say it out loud. Don't be afraid to say it out loud. And if you haven't, don't feel like I'm kicking you on this. I'm just showing you, you can. It's okay. It's okay to say out loud when things are going really good. We're so used to just complaining when things are bad. We're afraid to say when things are really good. I'm just going to tell you right now, I love my wife. She is amazing. She is a gift to me. I have no issue saying that out loud because I love her and I want the whole world to know how amazing she is. I think my 3 kids are absolutely amazing. And all of us are flawed, but I love them and I'm excited when I cheer them on when they do things. And I just want to show you that what I just did is normal. If it's not happening in your home, if your family doesn't celebrate each other, if your family kicks at each other and pokes at each other, I get it. It's going to be hard for you to do this. But do it anyway. Talk about the things in your life that are really good. It tells us that Jesus went out and he saw a tax collector by the name of Levi, also known as Matthew, sitting at his tax booth. "Follow me," Jesus said to him. Levi got up, left everything, and followed him. Then Levi held a great banquet, a party, for Jesus at his house, and a large crowd of tax collectors and others were eating with them. Where did all these people come from? Then the Pharisees and the teachers of the law who belonged to their sect complained to the disciples, "Why do you eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners?" Well, Jesus answered them. Notice, by the way, these religious people, these critics, they're complaining to the disciples. And who answers? Jesus answers. When the enemy comes attacking, you can just let Jesus answer for you. Okay, this is pretty cool. Jesus said, "It's not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I've not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance." Levi, aka Matthew, made a way for his friends to get his friends in the same space as Jesus. Levi, aka Matthew, made a way to get his friends in the same space as Jesus. Can we go to the next slide, please? Here's what I want you to see in this. Is all Levi did is he met Jesus and said, like, this is pretty cool. I'm going to throw a party so my friends can meet Jesus. Levi didn't stand up and say, "I'm going to explain to you all how Jesus is the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecy." He didn't do that. He was like, "I just met this dude named Jesus and I want everybody to meet him." And he threw a party. The other guys went and told stories. There's a lot of ways to share Jesus. All you need to do what he did is say, "God, what are you doing here and how can I join you?" If you want to throw a party, claim it. We throw a party every week. By the way, this is a party for Jesus. I don't know if you know this or not. We have fun. We do games. We give you guys prizes. That's all fun too. But this is a party for Jesus. And you guys are the hosts. Every one of you. You're the host. You get to host the party every week. You can do it from the chairs. You can do it from the stage. You can do it from your invitations. You are host to this party every week. And if your friends come, by all means, let them meet everybody, but make sure they meet the guest of honor. It's not me, by the way. Make sure they meet Jesus. We throw a party every week, and you get to either just attend and go, "That was good, I liked it," or you get to help be a host. Every one of you are invited to be a host, by the way. So you do this by saying, "God, what are you doing here and how could I join you?" Another way is to think about this is look for open doors and then also open up some doors. Look for how God's working in your friends' lives and then also open up some doors. How many of you have heard about the Russian-Ukraine stuff? Yeah? Okay. And how many of you are like, "I'm not sure I fully understand it all, but like, yeah, I kind of know a little bit about it." Yeah. Okay, great. It's like that is real. It's very real. I just want to make sure you understand this. People are really, really on the other side of the globe, not sure if they're going to live or die in this conflict. And world leaders are really, really, really not sure about how all that's happening there is going to affect the rest of the world. And we are all really, really, really busy with other things and can't even comprehend it all. but it's very real. And so what you might find in these very unique moments is a friend of yours, maybe a mom or a dad or a brother or sister or a friend of yours from school or whatever, is maybe a little more open right now to hearing about Jesus because the big picture of the world has a question mark next to it. This is a moment to say, God, what are you doing and how can I join you in it? To breathe hope and not just fear, because there is hope. Last thing I want to share with you here real quickly. Luke chapter 7. A young man who had died was a widow's only son, and a large crowd from the village was with her. When the Lord saw her, his heart overflowed with compassion. Don't cry, he said. Then he walked over to the coffin, and he touched it, and the bearers stopped. Young man, he said, I tell you, get up. And then the dead boy sat up and began to talk. And Jesus gave him back to his mother. Great fear swept the crowd, and they praised God, saying, a mighty prophet has risen among us, and God has visited his people today. And the news about Jesus spread throughout Judea and the surrounding countryside. There's one other quick story here. A man who had been freed from demons, who had been possessed by demons, begged to go with him, Jesus. But Jesus sent him home saying, no, go back to your family, tell them everything God has done for you. So they went all through the town proclaiming the great things God has done for them. This is really weird. A dead child comes back to life. A man with demons is cast out. You're like, I don't have anything for that. That's actually a really good thing. Notice, even if you don't understand all of what Jesus has done, you can share what he's done. Even if you don't understand all of what Jesus has done, you can share what he's done. Let me say it another way. Even if you don't understand how to approach somebody, you can approach somebody. Even if you don't understand how to approach somebody, you can approach somebody. So I have, I need 3 helpers. Can I get 3 helpers? Just come on up. I don't know. I'm not going to choose. Just 1, 2, 3. Here we go. We got it. Okay, great. You get that one, and then Daniel, you get this one. Okay, cool. All right. So I need you to stand in front of me, hold up your hoop, and I want you to overlap them with each other so that, there we go, perfect. That's perfect. Okay, super. All right, here's what I want to show you. Every one of us has a story, okay? My story, okay? Then there's God's story, and then there's their story. So this is what is going on in your life. This is who God is and what he's been doing forever and ever and ever and ever. And this is your friend's story. Now, every once in a while, some of you say yes to Jesus and something amazing happens right here. And your life changes because God has overlapped with you. And here's what's really cool is one day, heaven and earth will completely overlap your story, and it's going to be it's just like so amazing, like completely amazing. Now, what your friends may not realize is that God's at work in their story too. Just like your story and their story, you got all your fun stuff you do, you go on trips, you got all this stuff. But then there's this really cool sweet spot here in the middle. And what happens is, as you begin to share your story, you gain like the ability to share God's story. And as you listen to their story, you gain maybe the ability for them to want to listen to you share God's story. And so all we're trying to do is live the life that God has given us with God, completely, as time goes on, overtaking our story, because that's way better. And then also letting God overtake our relationships. If that happens, here's what's really cool. When heaven and earth finally come together, in the end, you and all your friends get to hang out with God together. That's a pretty amazing thing. But in the meantime, let's go back to what we had. In the meantime, figure it out. There we go. In the meantime, we got to find that sweet spot. And it moves. It does move, by the way, sometimes. Some of our friendships, it's like we got the small window. So I want to just ask you to become aware of the fact that you can do this. You can totally do this. You really can. Thank you. Let's give these guys a hand. Appreciate it. Well done. And if you take advantage of this, it really all comes down to praying and then taking a step and then keep stepping. Pray, take a step, and keep stepping. I want to land on this video. This is just a guy your age who's trying to live this out. It's like a minute long. Just listen to this, and you'll hear what I mean about how it all kind of comes together.
His name's... slowly revealing to him my story, my true Christian story. I'm using my 3-story way of life to help my Buddhist friend. His name's Jason. I've been slowly revealing to him my story, my true Christian story, not my worldly, high school, look at me story. And in doing that, he's opened up to me a little bit, So I'm a little vulnerable, and he responded well to that, and he's opened up to me a lot. And now I'm trying to use bits and pieces from the Bible to kind of bring into our relationship and use those to kind of, for sake of dialogue, to talk about stuff with him, events in the Bible that he's curious about, or just anything. And we've been able to talk pretty deep about pretty much anything. And it's weird because he's not Christian, he's a Buddhist. And he's got a curious heart, which is good, but he's also got kind of a hard heart in the sense that he doesn't want to believe a lot of the stuff I'm throwing at him. Or he needs cold, hard evidence, which I can't give him. Only God can really change him that way. So I'm just trying to live by what the heck God is trying to talk about in the Bible and just what he wants me to do with this guy. And a lot of that's prayer, a lot of that's reading. Things are going pretty good lately. He trusts me, and that's good. We're going from a good, not starting point, but we're off to a good start in this battle for his spirit, for his soul sort of thing. That's really good.
I want to just have you guys realize as you go to small groups tonight that you can do this, whether you feel like your life is perfect or not. If you feel like your life is falling apart and you're like, I got to get my life cleaned up first before I can share anybody, that's rubbish. If you're starving and you find food, you don't have to wait till you're full to tell somebody else where the food is. You guys understand what I'm saying here? If you're starving and you find food, you don't have to wait till you're full to tell somebody else where the food is who's also starving. Just share what you know. Share what you know. I want to pray for you guys. We'll dismiss. We'll go to small groups. We'll keep the conversation going. But whoever asked these questions, good for you for wanting to share Jesus with your friends. We're going to be passing out. We're going to be passing out a card. And the reason we're doing this is because I shared with you guys earlier, you have an opportunity to join into the church. There's an opportunity for you here to write down maybe an area you'd like to serve. There's also a spot on the other side for you to write down maybe a future topic you'd like us to cover. And then likewise, if you've made a decision tonight, or if you have a friend you'd like us to pray with you on, I'd ask you to write those down too. This is going to take a few moments, and so I still want to just pray and ask that God would use this time and not just me or not just your thoughts. So can we, let's just pause the passing out for a second. Let's just pause. God, right now, I ask that you use this card as a tool to help us to be clear on how you'd like us to join you in what you're doing. And that's it. And Lord, for anybody here who's said yes, that this would be an opportunity for them to share it. For anybody who has a friend on their heart they'd like to see say yes, that we would just pray for these together. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, now as you get your card, go ahead and write your name on it so we make sure we know whose it is. If you're just going to write something goofy, please don't. But if you're going to write something legit, we'd love to join you and support you. So take a second. If you have any questions, you can ask your leader around you. They can probably clarify it for you. And then in a moment, as you head out, you'll go to your small group time. Cards are coming. As you're filling this out, in fact, let me walk through one more time. There are a lot of opportunities if you want to serve here on Wednesdays every week, once in a while. Some things are very situational, and you might say, I'm interested in that. Can I get one of those cards? Jenna, can I get one of those cards? Thanks. So on one side, it says response card. It has your name. And the serving opportunities here include tech, which is all that goes on in the booth in the back. There's band, people who can sing or play instruments. We have middle school band. We have high school band as well. Acting, we kind of do this every once in a great while. We do videos or skits or dramas. Stage MC, it's what a few of our guys did here tonight, Austin and Caleb. And who else was on stage? Ben was on stage tonight. Online social media, I know a lot of you are like, I would totally love to do that. You got to really want to do that. And if so, there's a lot that goes into that. It's not just, I want to post something on our Facebook page or our Instagram page. I want to, whatever the case would be. That's you got to have a mind for that. Photos, we have people who take photos with our cameras. We teach you what we're looking for. Videos, if you're good at making videos, we'd love to talk to you about that. Guest services, this is greeter, check-in, setup, crew for prep. Writing, you might know we have these devotionals we've done. Maybe you have a knack for writing devotionals and you'd like to do that. Just give us your top two, really, your top two there. And if you flip it, you see the side that says, I have a friend who. On that side, you can fill in, I have a friend who blank. We got some really good ones from you guys. Again, a couple goofy ones. We don't need the goofy ones. We know you're funny. You don't have to prove it. But just simply, if you want to fill that in and give us something legit that we can actually talk about, that would be awesome. And just, again, please be intentional so we know you're serious about that. And it could be positive stuff. It could be negative stuff. It's fine. If you said yes to Jesus tonight and you invited him in, check that box. Let us know. And if you have a friend you'd like to share Jesus with and you want us to pray for that friend, you can write their name down, first name, full name, up to you. So feel free to take a few extra moments on this, okay? I'm going to give you about 60 seconds, and then we're going to dismiss to small groups, all right? And just know that we know that you're interested and not committed just yet, okay? So if you're like, I'm not sure I want to do it, I want to know more information about it, we will start by giving you information and you can decide if you want to do more. Totally fine, totally fine. All right, when you're done, again, very important, make sure your name is on it and we can read it because otherwise we can't follow up with you. So very important. All right, we're going to dismiss. As we dismiss, you can hand your cards out at the door when we head out. We're going to start with sixth graders. Sixth graders, you may head on down to small group. Seventh graders, you may head on out. Seventh graders. Eighth graders, go for it. Twelfth graders may go. 12th graders. I'm going backward. 12th graders. Eleventh, 12th graders. 11th, 12th graders. 11th, 12th graders. Ninth graders can go. Ninth graders can go. I'm just bouncing around. And then 10th graders, you can go too. Thank you.